Welcome to Bunnell Tours. Today I'm going to help you plan a cruise on the Golden Princess, right here, Golden Princess, aka the Love Boat, from Anchorage, Alaska to Vancouver, British Columbia. But before we embark on this journey of love, there are some things that you need to know about the trip, about planning this trip, such as budget, big consideration, getting to the ship, what to wear while you're on this vacation, the shore excursions, and things to do while you're on the ship. As you can see here, this is the map of the cruise. And our stops will be Skagway, Juneau, Ketchikan, and then our destination is Vancouver. First and foremost, as you're planning a cruise, is your budget. This is not going to grandma's for the weekend. This is an expensive vacation, and if you're like us, maybe a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. So your big considerations for planning your cruise are, do you want an interior room or a balcony room or maybe even a suite with a balcony? I mean, the sky is the limit, really. Rooms begin, the price for a room or your cabin begin at $800 per person on this particular trip, and the sky is the limit from there. You can spend, I think, probably over $2,500 if you got a suite cabin. An S-U-I-T-E suite. Yeah, not S-W-E-E-T suite. There are beverage options available if you like to drink and you don't want to get cash out every time you buy a drink. You can get a prepaid card or some kind of a card. We didn't do that, but that is an option. There are shore excursions to purchase ahead of time. I would suggest you purchase those ahead of time. And they range in price from $40 per person to $700 per person per excursion. We didn't do that one. And of course there are the flights to Anchorage and your flight or your train trip or whatever, your trip home from Vancouver. We have to get to the ship, right? So you will fly into Anchorage. I presume you'll want to fly. You won't want to drive to Anchorage unless you have lots of time and a Hummer vehicle. But if you fly into Anchorage, you'll go to the Princess Cruise counter at the Ted Stevens Airport there in Anchorage and sign in. Then a tour bus that looks kind of like that will take you to Whittier, which is where the ship is docked. That's about a 40-minute drive, and that drive in itself is scenic. You see mountains and lakes and everything else on that drive. It's fun. Once you get to Whittier, get off the bus, then you get into the queue for your time with the ticket agent, where you'll check in and get your room assignment and everything. Then you get on the gangplank and get up onto the ship, and you'll find that all of the cruise crew, those who work for Princess Cruises, they'll smile at you all the time. You never see a discouraging face. Oh. What to wear? This is my sister. On the ship, unlike the TV show where you see ladies in evening gowns and men in tuxedos all the time, if you've ever seen the Love Boat TV show. That's not real. During this week, there are 2 formal nights, what they call formal nights, and some ladies do dress up and some men do dress up in suits or maybe a tuxedo. It's pretty rare. But a formal night just means you don't wear jeans to dinner. And really, any night, it was unusual to see men and women in jeans at dinner. It's just a little dressier than that. But business casual is acceptable. And any other time on the ship, you can wear whatever you want. On shore, of course, the weather is a consideration. You have to consider what the climate will be at that time of year. We were there the week of August 4th, and it was supposed to be in the 60s. of course, we didn't know about rain. Well, it was rainy, windy, cold, all but one day. The last day we were on the ship, it was gorgeous, and we didn't have to wear jackets and stocking caps. Shore excursions are lots of fun. There are dozens of choices, literally dozens of choices at every port, really. This particular one is the Lumberjack Show in Ketchikan. It was a ton of fun. It was something that I insisted that we go to. The prices, as I said, are $40 to $700 per person, but the choices really are limitless. You can take a walking city tour that's very inexpensive, or a bus tour that's inexpensive, or you can get on a float plane and get a bird's eye view of the bears and the fish swimming upstream, that kind of thing. They have dog sled excursions, hiking, kayaking, all kinds. Unbelievable, the options that are available, of course, depending on your energy level and your age and all that kind of thing. There are princess-sponsored excursions, which I recommend that you do, rather than getting to Skagway and then looking around and saying, let's find somebody to take us out on a charter fishing trip. Because who knows if that fisherman will get you back in time to get on the ship before they're scheduled to leave the port. The princess-sponsored excursions that you can sign up for ahead of time will guarantee that you get back in time. And cost, of course, is the big consideration for shore excursions. While you're on the ship, there's lots to do. Shopping, eating, you can eat anytime you want to, shopping, all kinds of stuff, jewelry, clothing, artwork, wine. This is a picture of the deck where we had movies outdoors. Theoretically, we were supposed to be able to watch movies at night under the stars. And on our trip, that didn't happen too much. But the last day that was gorgeous, lots of people were out on this deck, and we were watching Wonder Woman. There's a spa and fitness center, musical shows every night in a 1,500-person theater, seminars about wine. They had a wine tasting seminar. They had an art purchasing seminar, and even a library where you can check out books and games and get on the internet if you want to, for a price, of course. I hope this information has been helpful to you as you plan your Alaska vacation, and I hope you enjoy your experience as much as we did.